Safe conversation is all we need to solve our human problems. Safe conversation is all we need to solve our human problems. Safe conversation is all we need to solve our human problems in this world. If you have a problem with your friends, use safe conversation. If you have a problem with your friends, use safe conversation. If you have a problem with your friends, use safe conversation.
Welcome to Safe Conversations Liberia. Founded by relationship experts and authors Harville Hendricks, PhD, and Helen LaKelly Hunt, PH, Safe Conversations is a global initiative promoting a new way of talking and listening that elevates curiosity and lifts up difference. Working off the principles and practices they developed with couples, Harville and Helen have created Safe Conversations in an effort to move these transformative tools out of the clinic and into the public, prioritizing relationships as the key to progress. Liberia is a small country in West Africa on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean with a population of about 4.5 million people. Liberia experienced a long, devastating civil war that lasted for decades, took the lives of many, and forcefully relocated others. Liberia has transitioned from the peacekeeping stage to the peace-building stage. Safe Conversations was introduced to Liberia by the Foundation for Women, FFW, a registered non-profit, non-government organization working to end poverty through microcredit programs. In June 2021, a 5-hour workshop was conducted by doctors Helen LaKelly Hunt and Harville Hendricks for the Liberian staff members of Foundation for Women and 2 schools, Heart of Grace School and Alexandra A. Andrews Academy. As Safe Conversations was building momentum in the country, the COVID world pandemic impacted school closings and slowed the progress of the work. The Safe Conversations trainers, led by LaCheryl Walker, continued to keep the momentum by conducting 2 virtual trainings for the people in Liberia. In April 2022, the Safe Conversations pilot was launched in 2 schools in Liberia, operated by CAN, to embrace the new educational and human relational tool. Namely, Heart of Grace School located in Jacobstown Rehab, Lower Johnsonville, Montserrado County, and Alexandra A. Andrews Academy in Gabanga, Bong County, Central Liberia. In August 2022, a Safe Conversations team led by Ms. LaCheryl Walker, Mr. Samuel Mason, and Dr. Stefania Forte, all certified Safe Conversations trainers. The team also included Ms. Deborah Lindholm, founder and CEO of Foundation for Women, and Mr. Eric Wowo, founder and executive director of CAN OnLib. Dr. Stefania Forte spearheaded the development and completion of an assessment and evaluation report. The report will be necessary and useful in providing the groundwork for a mixed method research project. This report measured the impact of Safe Conversations through the qualitative and quantitative methods. The study will also help to strengthen the SC impact in Liberia and create a strong segue into peace building and nation building. For post-war Liberia, Safe Conversations is not only a relational competency tool, but an innovative and effective approach to peace building. When Safe Conversations tools are applied correctly, safety and connection occur, which promotes respectful and healthy relationships. This innovative peace-building tool plays a critical and valuable role in helping Liberia's transition into sustainable peace. Safe Conversations will become not only an intrinsic part of the school's curriculum, but will also spread throughout Change Agent Network and Foundation for Women, work culture, and the surrounding communities being served. The next major step will be the country-wide commitment to the national expansion of safe conversations by the government and the local communities.
And what do you replace it with? Well, you replace it with curiosity. There's one thing. So instead of saying, "Why did you do that?" you might instead say, "Can you tell me something about what's happening for you? What's going on for you right now? I'd love to know. I'm aware that you look upset, and so forth. Can you tell me what's happening?" You can also, when somebody shares something with you afterwards, say, "I really appreciate your being vulnerable with me. I appreciate your talking with me," and appreciation. So if you show curiosity and express appreciation instead of criticism and put downs, then you create safety. Then you can connect, and that's when you're in what we call where full aliveness and joyfulness occurs. Now, we human beings can do this, but we have a hard time doing it. And the reason is our brains are shaped. Our brains are what you might say programmed, like a computer is programmed to be negative.
Now, we think this is hugely important. And everyone should learn this starting in schools. In America, we talk about reading, writing, arithmetic. There are 3 R's that you learn in school: reading, writing, arithmetic. And we think there should be a 4th R, which is relationship. Because it's so simple, your manual is going to take home, it'll reinforce what we're saying in this manual. And your kids can learn to do this.
Yes, safe conversation bring a changes in my life. Like before, I didn't need to appreciate people. Actually, if they do good for me, I'll just, for example, you buy me a gift, I'll just take a gift from you and go. I want to appreciate you, I want to thank you for your effort. But since I started learning safe conversation, now I've changed. If even my dad give me a pencil, I will tell you that thank you. And for that reason, it has made me to connect beyond my differences. It made me to teach my friends how to have safe conversation within a good environment. I changed my way of behaving. If I want to talk to you, my eye contact, my body posture, everything, I changed it.
Yes, I have something I want to share. Indeed, since I encountered safe conversation, my life has changed. Because I was one person, I used to like shouting at people. I feel that when I shout, then people will respect me and do other things. But since I got in contact with the safe conversation and I started practicing it, my level of talking has changed. That harshness in my tone, it's going away gradually. And then it also helped me to be able to relate to people, to see people's effort. Yeah. Because there are times we just, every time we just see the negative part about people. Yes. But from the lesson that we learn, and since we start to practice safe conversation, at least now I learn to appreciate people whatever they do. In their own weak way, I learn to appreciate them.
I never used to. Every time I see someone, I just want to condemn. Show the negative first, talk about the negative first. Yeah, so if it's more, I say need for safe conversation. To actually come to Liberia, they're not just going to Liberia alone, but Africa as a whole. Because we Africans, we lack manner of approach. People to get angry, but with safe conversation, people do. I love that. Give me a high five.
For me, that was one of my weaknesses. I never used to look into the eyes of people, but for now, I think you can see me looking into your eyes.
Yes, I can see you looking into her eyes.
You're talking broadly, so safe conversation is actually working.
Yes, I like your shell design and I like how you always come this on campus.
Wow! When I get it right, you say you love my shell design and you love the way I come neat on campus?
Yes.
Wow, thank you. Is there any more?
Yes. My frustration is that I really get disappointed when you pass by me without greeting me. And sometimes it makes me feel like I don't exist. I feel bad, especially when we meet, we eye contact, and you look at me and you pass by. I don't really feel good about it.
Well, when I get to right, you said I always pass by you. When we even meet, eye contact, I don't talk to you. Like you don't feel like you are a human being.
Right.
That are victimized because of the war. And right now, it has actually affected their mind, their brain. So with safe conversation, it actually deals with the brain, deals with the mind, help to sharpen your mind, how to rethink again. Not just to speak, but first thing you must think before speak.
Yeah, to just quickly address that. Liberia is a post-war country, and we went through kind of a 14 years of crisis. At that time, I was not at that age, but from my research as scholars, I do believe that most of the conflicts that arises were just misinterpretation, misunderstanding, dissatisfaction issues. Yeah, so if safe conversation, if the team of safe conversation can come to Liberia as you are doing now to establish it in all of the sectors, in every part of the country, I do believe that we will not experience that kind of crisis that we went through again. Because if you are disenchanted of something or got misleading information, you will create a kind of environment where you can dialogue the issue, and that's one key component of the safe conversation. I love the dialoguing, because if you dialogue issue, you'll be able to understand the person intent, the person mind, the person feelings, the person disenchantment about what you did. So what if what the person did was not something that they did with a kind of intent of aggravating you, but you didn't dialogue the issue, then you didn't ask the person, you just went on keeping it by yourself, that the person managed to do it. At the end of the day, it will lead to conflict. But now safe conversation, I have created an environment where you can be able to ask the person, make the person understand that what they did to you was not good, and I think it can be settled in a kind of a peaceful manner instead of it leading on to another kind of a civil war.
Right? We all have a way of life, and we all have culture. And the way I think about it is, we are post-war country. So you have a specific way of life when you're in war. You probably may be living in survival mode. Right. You may not have, when it comes to empathy and connection, those things, because you're trying to survive for your basic needs, right? Then with safe conversations now, what we're doing is establishing a new way of life, because you have to be it to lead it. So the way of life starts to change because the engagement starts to change with people through the dialogues. And the connection starts to change. You start to show gratitude and empathy and validation. All of those things are the foundation for peace building. And because I always say this, peace is a process, not an event, right? And peace has action. It involves action. Peace building. I think we're in one of the schools and someone made a comment and said, building is the word there, right? Because we have to build the peace. And that requires skills, it requires action. But for it to be sustainable, lead to sustainability, it has to be a way of life.
AK on the beat. Safe conversation is all we need to solve our human problems. Safe conversation is all we need to solve our human problems. Safe conversation is all we need to solve our